Hello and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, we'll take a look at the satellite picture here first thing on Tuesday morning, and again, your attention is going to be drawn to now tropical storm Isaias, making its way through the mid-Atlantic and up through the Northeast region as we head through the rest of the day. It's not often that I do a forecast for the Northeast and we're talking about a tropical storm and a heightened risk for tornadoes, but that's exactly what we're looking at here as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours. So let's just go straight to the radar picture here and check in. This is the current picture as of about 7:15 this morning. So if you're watching this video a little bit later, go ahead and take an updated look at the radar because it'll be transitioning northward rather quickly as we head through the day today into tonight. So here is Isaias. Here's the circulation right there. We're talking about high winds, we're talking about heavy rain within the core of this, but we're also talking about a rather high risk for some tornado activity associated with this. It's not all that uncommon to see, tornadic activity with these tropical systems, but this one seems to be especially capable of producing some of these tornadoes. We've got several tornado warnings in effect across the Delmarva region right now. You can see the red boxes right here, the red polygons. It is this little corridor of thunderstorm activity. I'll go ahead and circle here, coming off to the south and east of the main circulation of Isaias, that's going to have the highest potential to have rotating thunderstorms and the potential for some tornadic activity, some embedded tornadoes. So we'll be watching this corridor as it lifts off to the north and to the east today. And that is why, again, we've got flood advisories, tropical storm warnings, tornado warnings in effect all the way up the east coast here. We can flip it over and look at the track here. The most updated information from the National Hurricane Center has tropical storm Isaias as a tropical storm here, centered over the mid-Atlantic across portions of eastern North Carolina, moving up through eastern Virginia. As we head through the rest of the morning hours, we should have the center of circulation here kind of over New Jersey as we get to the mid-afternoon hours. As we get into the overnight, shifting north of the U.S., getting north of the Vermont, New Hampshire border here with Canada as we get to around 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, and then lifting well off into eastern Canada as we get into the day on Wednesday. From the Storm Prediction Center, an enhanced risk where you see the orange shading, a slight risk surrounds that across portions of the Northeast. The enhanced risk across primarily portions of New Jersey, getting into Long Island, southern Massachusetts, and southeastern New York State, with a slight risk extending north and east from there. Within that, we've got our probabilities of tornadoes. We're looking at the probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. You see the yellow shading there again where the enhanced risk was. That's a 10% probability, and that is a rather high probability, again, for the Northeast for this time of year and for a tropical system here. Again, this one especially seems to be capable of producing some tornadic activity along the East Coast as it makes its way northward. So let's jump back to the current radar. Once again, this is right around 7:15, 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning. So if you're watching this in the late morning or the afternoon hours, things will look quite different. But here is the center of circulation, and again, here is the little corridor of storms that is rotating. And we'll again watch as this lifts off to the north and to the east. So if we can kind of infer here, or kind of drag this off to the northeast, looking for that heightened corridor of rotating thunderstorms along the east coast here through parts of New Jersey into Long Island, far southeastern New York State, and then eventually into Massachusetts, Connecticut, and then Vermont and New Hampshire. So let's flip it over. Let's start looking at forecast imagery now. So we've looked at what it looks like right now. Let's take a look at what some of our high resolution models do as we head through the rest of the day today. So again, here's the center of circulation right now across northern North Carolina, the corridor of thunderstorms producing tornadic activity extending off to the south and east from there, with the heavy rain corridor lifting off to the north and east through this region. So let's just hit play on this. We'll go slowly through the rest of the day today, getting into around mid-morning. This would be when the tornadic threat would be highest across the state of New Jersey. We're looking at kind of late morning into the lunch hour as we get to around noon. The tornado threat passing through southeastern southeastern New York. I've got too many directions and news and olds going on right now. Crossing Long Island. So the tornado threat in Long Island going to be highest here between around 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Moving through Massachusetts now, right around 2 p.m., so kind of 1 to 3 p.m. in Massachusetts, lifting into, Connecticut, Massachusetts, between 1 and 3 p.m., and then beginning to get rather disorganized as we get into the late afternoon and evening hours. The instability won't be quite so high as we get into parts of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, so still a low risk for some embedded tornadic activity there, but really looks like late morning into the early afternoon hours through this corridor, New Jersey, getting into Long Island, southeastern New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. That's where that threat for a few tornadoes is going to be quite high as we head through, again, late morning into the early afternoon. What this plot is showing, this is the significant tornado parameter. Again, we have to be careful when we use some of these parameters, just combining some, weather ingredients to get a parameter like this. This is looking at instability and wind shear across the region. And again, just showing this to kind of time out the corridor of the most favorable environment for rotating thunderstorms. And that's right here. It's, again, where we get the warm, humid air coming off of the Atlantic here. And then we've also got the combination of strong winds out of kind of the east on the north side here. Strong winds coming up out of the south. We get rotation within there, kind of spin within the atmosphere. And that's what, again, leading to the threat for tornadoes. So let's track this northward. Again, just kind of broadly diagnosing where the environment's going to be most favorable. As we get to around 10 a.m., this is kind of bullseyed on New Jersey right now into parts of eastern Pennsylvania. So this is a late morning threat, shifting northward into southeastern New York, into Connecticut and Long Island, peaking right around the lunch hour, so 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. In the southeastern New York into Long Island corridor, shifting into and bullseyeing over Connecticut and Massachusetts in the early afternoon hours, so 1 to 2 p.m., and this continues across eastern New York as well. And then again, beginning to fade, but lifting into parts of New Hampshire and Vermont, southern portions there as we get into the mid-afternoon hours. So 3, 4, 5 p.m. This is when that tornado threat will be highest from maybe Cape Cod, parts of Massachusetts, lifting into southern New Hampshire and Vermont. So again, I'm spending a lot of time on this, but this is what we have to talk about as we talk about the next couple of days. Not much going on as we get into the mid to late part of the week. So let's just please remain alert for the potential for isolated tornadoes here from eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey in the late morning through Long Island, southeastern New York, and Connecticut around the lunch hour, lifting into parts of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont as we get into the mid-afternoon hours. Our wind gusts, I'm going to just hit play on this and let it go to the very end, and then we'll go back and we'll time it out. Again, watching for those strong wind gusts. Rather quiet this morning if you're waking up in the target area here, New Jersey, northeastward into Massachusetts, and on north and east from there. A rather quiet morning. But as we head to the mid-afternoon or mid-morning hours, again, that threat for the winds is really going to ramp up along with that tornado threat. So pushing into parts of New Jersey by mid-morning, we'll see those winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour across southeastern New York into Connecticut as we head into the lunch hour, right around 1 to 2 p.m. And then across parts of southern New Hampshire and Vermont, we'll see those winds begin gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour as we head into the mid-afternoon hours. So 4 or 5 p.m. looking like a blustery evening as you head toward the north. So the strong winds here arriving in this general region by mid-morning, getting into the lunch hour, and then by the late afternoon and late evening hours. Total precipitation, this is just ballparked from the NAM model. Again, it's not going to be perfect, but you do see the corridor of the heaviest precipitation stretching from Maryland through eastern Pennsylvania into east central New York State, and then New Hampshire and Vermont as we get into the later part of the day. So we're talking about anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rain with locally heavier amounts possible. Now, we'll look at current temperatures here. We're just going to quickly talk about where we're headed. We do have cooler temperatures making their way, cooler and drier air making its way across the Great Lakes into parts of the eastern Corn Belt. As we go ahead and look at the jet stream pattern here, a few features to pick out. We've got a big trough across the Great Lakes in central Canada. That is what is helping usher in the cooler temperatures across this region. That is also what is going to help take Tropical Storm Isaias and lift it off to the north and to the east as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. We've also got our ridge of high pressure across the Four Corners region, keeping things quite hot in that region. Now it is this trough, this more powerful wave across the Pacific, across west of Canada, that is slowly going to make its way eastward as we head to the mid to late part of the week, and it's going to bring some changes here across the midsection of the country into the northeast. So as we look at dew points, again, cooler and drier air will follow Isaias as this trough begins to move into the region, so cooler and less humid as we head to the mid to late part of the week. Again, here is the big trough that is going to help deflect our hurricane or our tropical storm off to the north and to the east, and will help bring in some cooler temperatures as we head into the mid to late part of the week. But that trough begins to fade and lift off to the east as we head into the weekend. And while we're not going to see dramatic ridging across the midsection of the country, we'll see a northwest flow once again resuming, fast flow across the northern plains and the Canadian prairie. And that's going to set the stage for potential thunderstorm activity from the northern plains into the central and eastern Corn Belt, at times making its way into the northeast. So this is the 7-day precipitation anomaly forecast, not counting the next 3 days, so the days 4 through 10. And again, resuming an active pattern across the Dakotas into the eastern Corn Belt, and also resuming some thunderstorm activity across the mid-Atlantic and southern portions of the northeast. So quickly, with the European model, just taking it through the next few days, here is Isaias making its way off to the north and to the east as we head through the day today into tonight. On the backside, cooler air filters in, cooler and drier air as we get into the mid to the late part of the week, with drier conditions as far as precipitation goes lingering into the middle part of the week. Thunderstorms possible across Pennsylvania and New Jersey as we get into Thursday and Friday as tropical moisture once again begins making its way into the region. This thunderstorm activity should continue to be confined to southern portions of the Northeast as we head through Friday into Saturday. So cooler air comes in on the backside, but as we head deeper into the weekend, into early next week, we're looking at the European model probability of high temperatures above 90 degrees. And while we don't see it diving into the Northeast, we are going to start to bring those 90s further to the north across parts of the Corn Belt, parts of the high plains here, and resuming a pattern that's a little closer to normal across the Northeast as well, with high temperatures more uniformly in the 80s by next week. So high temperatures today, 70s across the region, a little bit cooler air making its way in later in the week, cooler and less humid highs in the 70s and lower 80s as we get into Friday, starting to warm up into the mid 80s by the time we get to Saturday, with the warming trend continuing into early next week. Have a great day, stay safe. If you happen to catch any imagery here, you got damage at your location, storm photos, don't go out looking for anything on behalf of me. Any tornadoes today are going to be quite rain wrapped, but if you do come away with anything, I'd be happy to take that. I usually throw a slide up here with my contact information, but if you're still with me and you want to send anything, Andrew.Pritchard, I'll spell it out for you, at Nutrien.com. Nope, there we go, at Nutrien.com. Thanks for hanging out with me while I do this. Or on social media, I'm on Twitter and Instagram here, at SkyDrama. Send it to me. I'll feature it in the video. It helps me get some ground truth. Of course, I'm located over in the Midwest, so while you're experiencing this over in the Northeast, I've got sunshine out the window. So help include me. Send me photos of anything that's going on in your area, a little update, rain totals, what you're experiencing, and I'll maybe include that in our next update. But stay safe. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Friday morning.